Over the weekend, President Trump has suggested making me richer. My name's Jim. I'm a Canadian investor in U.S. stocks and U.S. real estate. What happened over the weekend? Let me tell you. The president has announced that they're working on creating a 50-year mortgage, and as someone who owns U.S. real estate, it's going to increase the value of all my U.S. properties. But before we get into that, let's look at what this will do to people who want to buy a home. Let's consider a typical U.S. median home. $300,000, you have 20% down, or $60,000. You carry a mortgage of $240,000. Interest rate is 6.5, fixed rate, 30 years. We assume the same rate for 50 years to compare apples to apples, and let's see what happens. On the 50-year, your monthly payments are lower, but your total payments are much higher, and your total interest to the bank is 80% higher. It goes from $306,000 over the life of the mortgage to almost $600,000 over the life of the mortgage. This is one of the most pro-banking government policies that we have seen in almost 30 years. It'll be a lot easier for buyers to get into the home, but the amount of interest that banks will be getting over the lifetime of these loans will be ginormous. And that leads into how President Trump wants to make me richer. As a Canadian that owns multiple properties in the United States, introducing a 50-year mortgage would primarily drive up the value of all my properties. Why? Because it makes housing more affordable on a monthly basis, and this expands the pool of potential buyers and intensifies demand. If someone told me that President Trump wants me, a Canadian that owns U.S. real estate, to be significantly richer, I wouldn't have believed it. But here we are. Learn the lessons about money that your parents didn't know, so they couldn't teach you. Start here. And keep up to date by downloading my free newsletter linked off the bio. Good luck. Take care.